So here we are again with some more homework help and a little bit of homework commentary. This is Chapter 8, number 106D. So we're looking at the Lewis structure of phosphate. So we were asked to draw this Lewis structure and then calculate the formal charge on the central atom. I'm also going to do the formal charge for the oxygen too. All right, so here are our formal charges. Each of these oxygens has a formal charge of -1. Oxygen has 6 valence electrons. In our structure, there is one line to each of those oxygens and then 6 dots around them. So 6 minus 1 plus 6 is -1. So all the oxygens are the same. Phosphorus, 5 valence electrons, 4 lines around it in our structure, but no dots. So it has a formal charge of +1. So our question is, can we make a better structure here? Can we minimize these formal charges? So again, kind of our main goal for formal charges is to get them as close to 0 as possible. The way that we do that is we add double bonds to our structure. So double bonding to the central atom is going to decrease formal charges. So let's add a double bond here and we'll see what happens. All right, so I added one double bond. It does not matter where that double bond goes. I just put it here to this oxygen. And then I recalculated the formal charge for that oxygen. So a double bonded oxygen in that configuration is going to have a formal charge of 0. It still has 6 valence electrons, but now in our structure it has 2 lines. Each line in the double bond counts as 1 line, and then 4 dots around it. So 6 minus 6 is 0. Our phosphorus also drops down to 0, 5 valence electrons, and now it has 5 lines around it in our structure. So formal charge is 0 there. All right, I think this is a pretty good structure. Remember that there has to be negative formal charges in this structure because the sum of the formal charges has to add up to this overall charge of -3. So we've got 3 oxygens here with a -1 formal charge each, which is giving us our overall charge of the structure. So I think that's looking pretty good. But let me show you kind of like the other extreme here if we kept adding double bonds. Okay, so what about our structure in blue? If one double bond is good, certainly 4 double bonds would be better, right? Everybody loves making double bonds. This brings all the oxygens down to 0, and then gives our phosphorus a formal charge of -3, because now it has 8 lines around it. 5 valence electrons minus 8 is -3. So which is better, our structure in white over here on the left or our structure in blue? Well, actually, the structure in white is better. Because anytime we have negative formal charges in a structure, we want those to be with the more electronegative atom. So a lot of times students will look at the structure in blue and they'll say, well, there's more zeros over here and just -3 on the central atom. So shouldn't that be better? Again, negative formal charges go on the more electronegative atom. In terms of electronegativity, the 3 atoms to look out for in our structures are going to be fluorine, which would be the most electronegative no matter what, oxygen, which is number 2, and we're going to see a lot of oxygens in the structures that we talk about, and then nitrogen's number 3. So in other words, if you've got a fluorine, an oxygen, or a nitrogen in your Lewis structure, and there is a negative formal charge, it should be with one of those elements. So again, structure here on the left in white is a better representation of this molecule.